101 plus video ideas for real estate agents. Now, this is a list of ideas, of prompts, of things that you don't necessarily have to use, but will hopefully spark something in your mind that resonates with you, a topic that you would feel comfortable doing as a representation of you and your business in your area. Okay, so what you might do as a real estate agent in, say, Kalgoorlie is going to be very different to what you might do as a real estate agent in Double Bay or Peppermint Grove or Toorak. So use this list as a place to start to spark your own creativity and to figure what will work. Now I've got my laptop here and I have my list on it, and I'm not going to run through every one, but I just wanted to give you some ideas. So starting with prospecting, because I know particularly at the moment listings are hard to come by, and you don't have a business unless you have your prospecting machine working really, really well for you. Now, I want you to realize that people's news feeds is where they spend time now. Once upon a time in Australia, I can actually remember it as a child, there were 2 mail deliveries every day and also on Saturdays. And that was because if you wanted to, way back, perhaps 1950s, even before telephones were in most homes, if you wanted to arrange a meeting, you had to send a letter. So that's not the case now. And people are rarely in their letterboxes because they've got email. We're online. I personally go to my letterbox as rarely as possible because I know it's just going to be full of junk. But where people now spend their time is in news feeds. So rather than focusing your attention and your budget on putting things in people's letterboxes, and sure, you can still do that, look at putting things in their news feed every day. And it's a lot easier and a lot less time consuming than putting stuff in people's letterboxes every day, unless you're paying someone to do it. So starting with prospecting. One of my favorite topics is to ask in a video, what's your magic number? So yep, I get it, you don't want to sell, you're really happy where you are right now. But what's your magic number? What would it take you to move? And if you did get that number, if I could get that number for you, where would you go? Now that one works because after COVID, well, it's not really after it, it's still during COVID, people are making life-changing decisions, big ones, and they just about all involve a move. So think about that and work something around your messaging around that. If you live in an area which is big on downsizers, or a lot of the clients that you resonate best with are downsizers, work something in there. If they're young families, perhaps they're looking to move closer to their parents, work something in there. The other one that works really well with prospecting is case studies, okay? So not every prospecting video is about calling out people and saying, and avoid this like just avoid it, is the thing about we're going to be in your street next week. If you'd like a free market appraisal, call me. We all know that getting a real estate agent to our home isn't going to cost us anything. Okay, if anything, they'll pay to get in your home, which is also another idea. Look at offering people a $20 donation to their favorite charity if you come and have a look at their home. Okay, that's another one. I digress. So let's get back on topic here. What we're trying to do in prospecting videos is to demonstrate our ability to manage the sale of somebody's home, to navigate the problems, to present it to its best potential without spending a lot of money. We're demonstrating our ability to manage buyers, to manage a campaign, and to negotiate. So it's not just about telling people that you're available to get into their home. It's giving them information to start building trust, so that when they do move into selling mode, they will think about you and call you in. So this is why I think case studies are really, really good, because then you can, create a little one-page PDF and use that as a means for asking people to contact you. And then obviously if they contact you to get a copy of your guide, then they must be thinking about perhaps coming to market. So case studies that you can do are things like sale campaigns that you've managed where they had really good marketing versus no marketing, where you sold it online just using your social media contacts versus having a really expensive marketing campaign, or having an expensive marketing campaign as opposed to selling it quietly. And you can just show people your expertise once again. And in that, you will also be answering some of their questions. You can do styling versus no styling. So when it's, like, why should I style my home? How's that potentially going to get me a better result? Case studies on price guides, guiding too high versus guiding too low. Street appeal, somebody who was having problems selling their home, and then you came along and gave them some advice, and they got one of your recommended landscapers in and they tidied up their home and improved the street appeal. So case studies work really, really well. Demonstrating your results. Here's another topic: demonstrating your results on a home that the owners came to you after having an unsuccessful campaign with another agent. You can also do videos about what's high on the buyer's lists at the moment. What are the features in homes that they are most looking for? I can remember back when I was holding a real estate license around 2016, there was a huge 3-day storm that came through Sydney. And I noticed that over the space of that weekend, that completely changed what was top of mind on buyers' must-have wish list when they came looking at homes. So what suddenly shot from, probably not even being in the top 10 to being very much in the top 3 was having the ability to drive their car into a garage and exit undercover and enter the home without having to go outside. So that, so you will notice things that you're open for inspections, and you will notice how things change. Like during COVID, the things that people really wanted changed, like things like home gyms, or particularly office spaces or spaces where people could work from home and have separation from children who are also studying at home, doing their schooling at home. So look at the things that your buyers, the people coming through your open for inspections, are saying to you, and do videos on that, okay? Things like what questions, you can do one on what questions should you ask your real estate agent during the course of your campaign. So this way, like, sure, they may have already signed an exclusive agreement with a competing agent, but if things don't work well and they've seen your content in the news feed, then maybe they'll then give you a call. What to do to your home before you have an appraisal. I can remember doing this, is speaking to somebody on the phone and they're saying, there's a few things we want to do to the house before we get you in. It's like, well, probably, it would be best to get me in, and then I can let you know what's necessary and what's necessary. Checklists about what you must legally have in order to list your home. Like what documents do I need to take to my conveyancer before I can actually list my home for sale or for auction? So there's, what have we got here? We've got 25 different ideas in the prospecting videos section. So check them out, and once again, have a little think and a brainstorm with your associates. You can call me if you want to, and we can have a brainstorm around that as well. Next, we're going to look at selling.